Hi, it's Mick Elliott, contributing editor, Electronic Specifier. I'm on the Astute Electronics stand at Electronica. I'm with Geoff Hill, who is the CEO of Astute. First of all, Geoff, an expanded presence for Astute at Electronica. What's behind that?
Well, I think, Mick, to be honest, it's about making sure that people recognise where we're going. Our investment certainly into Europe and globally. I think this is the right platform and landscape to us to promote really what we're trying to achieve and where we're going. So, also the demand creation ethos. This is for us becoming a sort of technology-led distributor. I think is the right time to launch us or relaunch us for the years to come.
And you're making investments in Europe, I think, to back that up?
Huge investments, mainly in people, some logistics facilities, but I believe the biggest asset going forward is people. Finding the right people with the right technical capability, either the right attitude or the right experience, really to drive and influence key OEMs for the next generation of design is absolutely where we're going to go.
And over the past few months, you've brought in a number of new franchise lines. Can you just talk us through those and what they bring?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of silicon lines in a whole range of different markets, but it's semiconductor driven. Obviously, taking on the product marketing people to support those lines. At the moment, we sit with about 130 franchises. My aim is to increase that dramatically. But obviously, I need the technical capabilities to support those lines because there's no point just having them on a line card. The demand creation is what these lines need, and they need that penetration into the end markets. And of course, for a lot of them, investment into Europe in particular is really tough. Challenging costs, they're expensive people if you can find them. Sometimes it's really prohibiting, taking on people. So when you've got them, it's a massive asset, I think, for these lines. And then it's a question of getting share of mind. But I think the opportunities going forward in new innovations, new markets and existing markets, I think it creates a huge opportunity for us. Although I also know, of course, it does take a long while to get a return of investment on some of those designs. But I'm here for the long run, so that's the decision I've made.
And I guess one of your acquisitions a few years back, Osmosis, brings some of that technical quality into the company.
Absolutely. I think Osmosis was really the starting point for me to have a European platform right across many countries with technical acumen, experience of demand creation, experience of tracking those designs, whether they go obviously offshore in Asia, whatever, and to be able to use the language, managing POS, managing data, communicating effectively with the lines. That was the starting position, and we've added to that and continue to add. Probably about 2 years ago, you couldn't employ the people. They weren't ready to move. Now we're in a position where we have just taken on actually a country manager in Italy today, but we are now starting to attract quite a lot of curiosity, intrigue, seeing where we're going. If it ticks their box, we talk to them. If they're the right people for us, then we take them on.
And you've got some of the lines here on your stand today?
Yes, we have Avativ, we have Octavo. What else do we have? Alif and Interphase, Exmos. So what we do is training every morning, and then at lunchtime, really because obviously we've got our whole European contingent and our global contingent here on the stand. Great opportunity for us to introduce that line from a technical standpoint, introduction standpoint, give a flavour of the end markets, and that's our starting position. And today it's been quite thought-provoking even. Some of my guys have come up to me and said, wow, this is easy to sell because I've got a customer ready-made for it. Who knew? So this is a real opportunity. Also, for us, because now the company is sort of 350 strong, imagine we've got 70 people on the stand, a lot of them don't know each other. So we're using these 4 days to really bond, share some knowledge, get to know each other, share some successes, some challenges. Hopefully this paves the way forward.
And I guess you've got great platforms from when you started the company. There's a number of your directors who've been with the company a long time, who really glue things together.
I think a lot of my senior management team have been with me over 20 years. It helps. You don't have to reinvent yourself. also economically, you don't want to be losing people and then re-employing them. Recruitment costs and that stop-start is not healthy. I think also customers like stability. They think you're doing something right if everybody stays. That retention, that loyalty. I think it helps being a privately owned business. I really do. So I think all of those things really give confidence to customers, to lines, where we're going. Yeah, and also as a business, we wouldn't be where we are today without our customers. And I think that retention of staff and that stability is something they really do value.
I mean, customer focus has been on it at Astute from day one.
Well, the customers pay our salaries. I wouldn't be where we are today without my customers. They have been so loyal, encouraging, supportive, and it's been phenomenal. And yes, I started obviously with defence-centric customers, and still that's our DNA. But actually, a lot of our customers are embedded. They see us as an extension of themselves, but the loyalty has been phenomenal. And I can thank them from the bottom of my heart, really, where we are today, because it's beyond my expectations when I started this. In fact, I didn't actually expect to probably get through a year, really. But 35 years on, where we are today, and this stand, I think, is a reflection not only of where we come from, but of our ambition going forward. And the next few years, we're going to have a go.
And I guess one of the great things is being a private company, you can make decisions really quickly to just go ahead.
Yes. So if you're going to invest in the long term, and sometimes you're going to have to take a hit on the short-term gain or return of investment, you can only do that if you're someone like me that's prepared to do it. If you're owned by a corporation or a PE or whatever it is, they want that return, they want to flip and do all those things they want to do. So yes, people like to build long-term platforms. I mean, customers, again, when you're designing a product, whatever else, at the moment things have been very tough. We've done very well, thank you very much, but it's still challenging out there. If you take the attitude that I'm going to cut costs when things get tough, and you just get rid of people, I think that's the wrong thing to do. I'd rather invest when things are tough, and you're investing in the right people at the right time, sends a positive message, and you're taking a chance, but life is about risk.
We talked about the franchise distribution, but I mean, you offer many other services, third-party logistics.
The 3PL business is, I think, a reality check on how behaviours are changing by key OEMs. So they're outsourcing things which are not their core competency. If you imagine most OEMs, it's design, sales and marketing. The rest of it is about, supply chain, it's about logistics, it's about managing obsolescence through life, efficiencies. They don't want to be doing that. And you can see that as our relationship starts with the customer, the end game ends up in a 3PL opportunity. And that business, for us, we reckon in 2 years that'll be 100 million for us. And of course, it's an embedded. It's not only 3PL, it allows us to sit at the top table with designing next generation. And of course, it gives the pipeline. They're generally 5-year-long contracts. You can build on the stuff like that rather than here today, gone tomorrow mentality.
Okay, and I guess another area is component sourcing, where you can source the components, but you're particularly strong on both obsolescence and indeed on testing some of those components. Yeah.
Yes, I mean obviously we have test labs. We have 4 test labs globally. And we have AS6171 is also the test lab certification. I mean, obviously, your journey of any device will end up in a last time buy, which we offer flexible terms on last time buys. Forecasting is very difficult when you do last time buys, and they're forced through obsolescence. So often you have to go to the grey market, you have to source them, you have to test them, you have to recertify them. We give 10-year warranties. That's what we do. Especially if they're safety critical applications. We don't live in an ideal world where everybody does everything right. So yes, it's an absolutely important value that we give the customers, and we do. We have 20 long-term storage nitrogen cabinets, again to support stock in die or stock in package parts for the long run. But having the test lab and having the skill sets and software to be able to navigate when parts are coming end of life, and to see where there's going to be red flags on shortages is crucial for the customers to make informed decisions. And we are part and parcel of them giving that information to them so that they're in the best position to do so.
Okay, and finally, any investments coming up around things like e-commerce and digitalisation?
Yes, we're just signed with EE Tech, a big B2B e-commerce platform. Very much two-pronged attack, really. One is to obviously get a marketplace and pushing that product to customers, but equally it's also going to be an engineering hub. One of the things I often say is, well, I can reach 10,000 engineers or many engineers. That's really, really important. But then you need the feet on the street to chase up. It's okay, shipping eval balls, design kits or prototypes, but no one knows what they're going to do. So we think this is really part of our journey. So it's going to be 9, 12 months away, and it's following on from the Mauser and DigiKey, but obviously a much smaller version. But it will be a broad range of commodities, and hopefully it will take us to the next level. We're really excited about it. We know it's going to be a challenge because this takes a hell of a lot of time and effort from a team of people at Astute. So yes.
Okay, Geoff Hill, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mick.